Hello everyone, happy Sunday. It is meal prep Sunday. I have not posted a video in a while, so I figured I am making a new recipe today and it's perfect for fall. So I figured let me share it and I'll go over the ingredients. A lot of these ingredients I have never tried before, never used before. So I'm very excited to see how this comes out. So let's get started. I'll first share the ingredients. So I am making a 3-cheese Tuscan spaghetti squash kind of recipe. I'll post where I got it. It was an Instagram user and I figured this sounds pretty simple, not too many ingredients. So I'm going to be using some mozzarella, some fat-free feta, I was going to say cheddar, feta, onion. This is Greek cream cheese. I've never seen this before. It's from Green Mountain Farms. I believe they make a yogurt, but it's 60 calories and I think has 4 grams of protein per serving. So yeah, if you guys have this, it's actually cheaper too than regular cream cheese. So figured let me try it. I bought these a while ago. These are shiitake dried mushrooms. So figured let me just add them to the recipe, and I got them discounted. So let me just see them. 93% ground turkey. The meal main component of the meal is spaghetti squash, and some roasted red bell peppers. For the spaghetti squash, I am going to do a technique I also got from Instagram from the same user who made this recipe. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some holes, similar to like when you microwave a potato or sweet potato. You're going to cut some holes. I'm going to do it both sides, microwave it for 5 minutes, and then flip it over, and then microwave it again for 5 minutes. Let it cool, and then it should be hopefully easier to cut and everything gets cooked. And I'm also gonna bake it in the Tuscan bake. So I think this is much easier than usually calling for an oven for 40 minutes. I do not have time for that. This is quick meal prep. I try to do quick recipes. I don't have time to be slaving away in the stove every single day for like an hour or more. So first I'm going to get the spaghetti squash situated. Just again make some holes, and I'm gonna do like 4 holes per side, and I'm just gonna do 2 sides, so front and back, and microwave it 5 minutes, then flip it over, and then I'll show you guys what I'll be doing and all that good stuff. So my spaghetti squash was actually about 5 1/4 pounds. So I actually made holes 4 times in each side. And so instead of it being just 4 times on 2 sides, I just did it 4 times on all 4 sides, just because it's bigger and I don't want it to explode. So we'll see how this turns out. So I'll share you guys that, and then I'll show you guys the rest of the meal prep and all that good stuff. Okay, so while the spaghetti squash is in the microwave, I'm just gonna saute some onions. The shiitake mushrooms are getting soaked in some hot water. That's how you rehydrate it. So I'm just soaking that in hot water. While I cook this, I'm going to add the ground turkey next, and then I'm just going to add the mushrooms afterwards. Cook that, and then I'm going to also separate all the cheeses and mix everything together at the end. So first off, sauteing the onions, and I am using today for some seasoning, garlic powder or granulated garlic, some Italian herb, and Himalayan pink salt. If you have a Mediterranean seasoning, they said to use that as well, but I do not, so I'm just using this Italian one. So just gonna cook that, add some water if it gets too dry in the pan. But yeah, that's how it's going. So here's how everything is looking. This is just the onions and the ground turkey. I chopped up the shiitake mushrooms. I don't know, I keep on trying to say shiitake. So familiar, but so different. So here are the mushrooms. Again, I just rehydrated, and then I just chopped them or sliced them, and I'm just gonna mix everything together, cook this through a little bit, and then I'll show you guys how the spaghetti squash is looking. So next, I am going to be adding some diced roasted red peppers. This was about 138 grams. It's basically just 1 bell pepper smushed in the jar. So I'm just going to mix that in, and then I'm going to add the entire block of the cream cheese. Hopefully it's not too much cream cheese. I'm not a big cream cheese person when it's too much. Like, I like cream cheese, but if it's too much, I don't like it. So I'll add the whole block. We'll see how that comes out, and I'll mix everything together. And lastly, the Greek cream cheese, which I tried to dice up, but it was a bit too soft. So gonna mix all that together and get that situated. After this, I will swear I will show the spaghetti squash. I will show it just after I mix everything together. So this is how the spaghetti squash is looking. I already cut off the top because I heard it's easier to cut lengthwise. So it's still a little hot, and I did the 5-minute one side, 5-minute the other side on the microwave. Then I let it cool for, I would say, about 10 to 20 minutes, leaning towards 20 minutes. And again, it's still a bit hot, so just be cautious. And I'm just gonna slice it lengthwise, scoop it out. Then I'm just gonna weigh how much spaghetti squash I come up with, and then just update my recipe. It's looking to be about 440 something calories, but we'll see once I figure out how much spaghetti squash I'm going to get out of this. That was quite a bit of prep. 1252, so 1,252 grams of spaghetti squash. That was a lot of work. So I think next time, if I do make this again, I will probably do the spaghetti squash the night before. Got a little sweat. I have a little sweat going on because of all the prep and cutting it and scooping it out. And I don't even know if I scooped out every of the pulp and seeds correctly. Well, I know I scooped out the seeds, but the pulp, I'm not sure if I scooped all of it. I don't know. It's this will be interesting, but that is a lot of spaghetti squash, but it's 4 servings. So I think it's going to be quite a filling. But we'll find out tomorrow when I do a taste test. Of course, I'll videotape that. But right now, I am just going to mix everything together, and I'm going to put it in the oven. Oh, sorry, before I put in the oven, I'm also going to do 3/4 of a cup of mozzarella and about 1/4 of a cup of feta. So I'm just gonna top that once mixed. I'll show you guys how it actually looks, before I put it in the oven. But I'll just mix everything together and then show you what it's gonna look like before and then afterwards. So this is essentially spaghetti squash with the meat mixture and cream cheese. Is a lot of spaghetti squash, but again, 4 servings, so it's gonna be around 300 or 400. Well, actually, yeah, around 300 grams of spaghetti squash per serving. And then I'm just gonna top it with this mozzarella and feta mixture, and yeah. Again, I've never had spaghetti squash before. We'll do a taste test. It's gonna be a very filling serving just looking at it, and it's coming out to be about 466 calories, but I'll share all the macros and stuff tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna top it with the cheese mixture and cook it at 350 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I'll show you guys how it looks before I store it, refrigerate it, and see how it is tomorrow. Alright, so after 30 minutes at 350 degrees, this is how it looks. You can see the feta didn't really melt. Well, some parts it did, but it's fat-free feta, so it doesn't melt as easily as full fat. The spaghetti noodles look like they shrunk a little bit, but they're still soft. But I'm excited to try this, and I'll show you guys how a serving looks tomorrow. But again, it's 466 calories per serving, and there's 4 servings, and I'll do a macro breakdown tomorrow when I plate it up. So yeah, that's how it looks. Looks really good. Okay, it's the following day, and this is a serving. So a serving is 562 grams. Again, I will post the macros and calories and all that good stuff on the left side of your screen, so you can just see the breakdown. But I believe it's 466 calories and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna do a taste test, and we'll see how this is. A lot of spaghetti squash, a lot of it. So I have a bite of everything. It's a little hot, so hopefully I don't burn myself. But here goes nothing. First time trying spaghetti squash. Alright, so it doesn't really have a flavor, to be honest, and that's my fault because I didn't actually season the spaghetti squash. I kind of just dumped it and mixed it in with the turkey mixture and cream cheese, so it's kind of plain. I think I don't mind the texture or anything like that. I just don't know if I'll ever make it again at the current moment because it is a bit time. It's not time consuming. I mean, it took an hour to be honest, and then another hour. Sorry, not another hour, but an hour and a half total in terms of prep, cooking, and yeah, all that stuff. So I don't know if I'll make it again now, maybe when I'm done with school, but it's not bad. I just think next time I have to season the spaghetti squash. So yeah, there's another line of fall baking. Hopefully I can post more, but we shall see. I have a lot of updates to share, so hopefully my next video is more of like a monthly recap and some updates that's been going on in life. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Sorry, before I end it off, I kind of wanted to give you a better overview of the portion size. Again, it's 562 calories, so that square piece was in microwave. When I microwaved it, I kind of mashed it together and mixed it up. So after eating it a couple of bites, it's actually not that bad. I actually might make this again, to be honest. I think the flavors are actually really nice. And the cream cheese is not too overwhelming, so I think I actually will make this again.